Uh-oh.
Oh, you still got it going.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. I know what's going on here. I know. I was checking the audio on the
Checking the specs on the Niner. I'm an idiot. If you know the reference, kudos to you. Hey, Jeff, we're live.
Here we go. I'll cut that out in post. We are live from North Carolina in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It is November the 2nd for our bilingual people. November the 5th, year of our Lord 2023. As always, a hat tip to my boy Josh Pate. I have a couple of posts to send. So, Ryzak, how are you? I've not talked to you since Wednesday when we were playing together, when we were playing from space.
It's a good little game.
It was a good little game.
I've been good, Jeff. Busy.
It's a great little game.
Been working on some house projects this weekend because there was no soccer, and my son had a hockey game at 10 p.m. last night, so it was nice to have the extra hour to sleep today. But I didn't get to sleep an extra hour because my dogs still thought it was 6:45 at 5:45. So that's just how it rolls around here, Jeff. It's just how it rolls.
Well, that's a shame.
All downhill. Yep.
Well, that's a shame. You should do.
What have you done since we played from space?
I streamed, sat around on my couch. I got new pajamas to add to the. I made content. Made some content that's going live tomorrow, and
almost died. Oh man,
that would have been excellent. That would have got us some good views.
I told you I wasn't feeling good earlier.
If I could have reposted that as Ryzak Guys live on the show, here's a clip of it.
Whew, man, that would have been something to document for the kids.
I don't know when you want to talk about it. Hang on. Before we do that. Hold on. What's going on? Hang on. Wrong mouse. Here we go. All right. Hold on. All right. Let's see. We got Crow Resins here. We got Rouster.
Hey.
Got Bruce Campbell. Rouster saying hi. The Diablo 4 crew is here. They got to level 100. Bruce got some uber rare, only like one person in the world has it.
What?
Or something. Purple Haze is here. Great show before. Thanks for the shout outs, Purple Haze.
Hi.
They're playing right now, Bruce and the Crow Resin. Nice. So there you go. Okay, now it's bedtime. People have to work tomorrow. Yes, From Space is pretty fun. We ended up the last hour because SPG left. We played with some random who was really good.
Bully.
Really good. So there we go. Saying hi.
Bully. Man, he was like transporting through the doors and stuff. Like it was crazy.
Isn't Ryzak always on the left? It's Ryzak and Jeff, isn't it? Always usually graphics gear. Hello, GG. Couple of weeks. He's going to the big race in the F1 race, which we'll talk about, I guess, next week. But that on a show for next week. I got some issues with it. So no, it's not all glory. It's not the big glory that I think it is that it should be. I think they screwed you guys. I think they screwed you guys over.
They didn't screw me over. A, I don't watch it, and B, I don't live there.
You live in the States.
Yeah, but I don't live in Nevada or Las Vegas. So
so thanks to Crow Resin, I have picked my game of the year. I don't know when you want to talk about it. You want to talk about it now? You want to talk about it later?
You know what, Jeff? Let's just do it now.
Yeah, Ron Slusher.
I'll forget about it.
Boys, although our season is officially over. The season is over. We're done. As I was saying to Ryzak and Crow, season is over. Give the Eagles the NFC Championship game. Cancel the rest of the season. Makes no difference. Season is done. Move on to next year. Speaking of F1, my son was playing F1 Manager 2023. I have no clue how to help him. The game is very complicated. F1. Yeah. Jeff is on the wrong side of the screen.
Man, that's the second call out.
Apparently.
Okay. How's it feel to get told that you're wrong in your own Right.
Oh, I get told I'm wrong every single day of the year, so that's nothing. That is new. Simply Pwned is here.
Oh, PG. All right, so game of the year. Like, do you have like a list of a top 3, or what are we talking about? You just have one game,
There's one game
only.
One game. It can't be
Dak
Spider-Man.
Prescott has not been on the cover of Madden, so it's not that.
It can't be Spider-Man 2, because that's like a 2. Like if you're a second to third, you're a continuation, a remake, forget you. Game of the year. I'm sorry, it is not BG3. It is not. We'll talk more about game of the year, I guess, when the nominations close and they do that. We'll do a special thing on that. But here we go. Me playing game of the year. Here it is.
Goodness.
Here we go. It is free on Steam. Okay, go. Do something. Okay, here we go.
What riveting gameplay.
Here we go. It is the Jeffy game.
Oh, it's Cheerios.
It's the Jeffy game. It is free on Steam. It is the Jeffy game. Thanks to Crow Resin for finding it. It is the Jeffy game.
Wow.
I want everybody should play this. I missed a cereal box, and it even puts a big J when you complete. Look at that. Game of the year is right here. I have content coming out on this game. Game of the year, hands down. We're done. Game of the year. We're done. That's it. We're done.
I don't know about all that, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. It's the Jeffy game.
It's the Jeffy game.
That's what it's called.
Man.
That is what it's called. It is free. That's right. One Jeff. Whoops. Where'd it go? One Jeffy coin gets you 3 lives. Exactly.
That's good.
It is on Stadia Pro. It is going to be a Stadia Pro game. It is going to be a Stadia Pro game. It's also on YouTube.
I put a video
it's
up the
on
other
YouTube
day.
Playable, so I want you to stream it on your channel because Ron is the YouTube play. Ron has access to YouTube Playables, so he is the YouTube Players Code.
I put a video up the other day of like a girl using a rubber band or something to like shoot a watermelon or a pumpkin, and it came back and hit her in the face.
Nice.
I just hashtag Stadia.
Nice. Game of the year, right there, folks. We are done. Game of the year, the Jeffy game. I got a short coming out.
You should petition them to change the name of it to the Jeffy game.
That's what it's called.
Is it seriously what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something Pixel.
No. It's the Jeffy game.
It's literally called the Jeffy game.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's free it's free. And it's free.
That's amazing.
So I want you guys all to go download it and play it.
It hit deep to the core. It was like, I'm going to make this great.
People had some issues with the little cucumber or the little whatever that was chasing me. People had some issues.
Oh, it wasn't a multiplayer game, so she was just watching you play. Okay.
Yeah, it was not. And sadly, it was not multiplayer, and you guys all couldn't tag in because that would be epic. Maybe later.
Speaking of multiplayer, I tried out that. Oh man, what was the name of the game again? I can't even think of the name of the game. The one I was telling you about earlier. Holy shit! Why can't I think of the name of the game? Kingdom Come or some shit like that on Game Pass. War Tales. There, look at you, Jeff. You got such a good memory. That surgery really did you wonders.
Look at SPG got it. He wasn't even in the production meeting, and he still got it right. And he was in the production meeting.
That game is multiplayer. Like, it's really cool. I keep going to the inn and recruiting more people to join. I had like 16 people in my little group. It's pretty good.
Nice.
And I get to like direct all of them. Like, it's pretty insane.
I like it.
So check that out if you're into turn-based RPGs. War Tales is pretty tight.
Nope. Jeffy game.
The Jeffy game. Yeah, I don't know about my game of the year, Jeff. I think I'm gonna go with the Zelda game.
The Jeffy game. Wrong answer.
I think I'm gonna go with the Zelda game.
Everybody loves Zelda. Is it too late to do nominations? Where's Purple? Purple. Is it Purple? Who knows? Purple. Is it too late for nominations? Can we get that game nominated? It just came out. Can we? Is it too late? I tried
Felt a little
Mortel.
old.
It was okay. Felt a little old. Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, we're both real old. Purple Haze says yes, it can be nominated.
Oh,
Let's go.
I feel super old today.
I got to figure out how to nominate the Jeffy game.
It can be nominated. Wow.
I need to find out how to. I got to find out how to.
You better start like some sort of. You need to do like a charity stream for this nomination.
I streamed it last night. I streamed it on Saturday. I streamed it last night.
Oh, we changing the channel.
I streamed it last night.
Was that on? That was on the old Skinamax channel.
It was.
It was about to be
It was.
Shannon Tweed was about to be on there.
Last week was the last week, if I understand the rules correctly. Well, then it can't be nominated.
Dang.
Or does it have to be released as of last week?
Sanchez, do you say that in Jusant? Is that how you say that? Jusant?
It could be indie game of the year. Okay, I'd be okay.
I gotta be honest with you, man. There's been a lot better indie games here in the last year than there's been anything else. Obviously, COVID, the impact, and all of that, but it's been a lot of really good games from smaller studios.
That's what I like playing. I do the community streams on Mondays, obviously, and Wednesdays. And then I do my retro, but Saturdays is sponsored Saturdays where I'm trying to play all these other games that I was playing the new Mini Royale beta. I was stress testing the new your little toys. It's like Fortnite, but little toy soldiers. It was really cool.
That's cool. There's a new mobile game out that's like a mix between Clash Royale and like League of Legends. It's called Warcraft Rumble. I feel like those types of games.
The only mobile game I play is Fruit Ninja.
I got a new phone last week, so I'm utilizing the new phone quite a bit.
It's the only game I play.
I'm surprised you don't play like Candy Crush. You seem like a Candy Crush kind of guy to me.
I'm in the hospital both when I was doing stuff myself and with my dad, and I was just sitting there playing Fruit Ninja.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Million other games I could have installed. The only game I have.
I'm going to be honest, Jeff. I don't know why we even put a slide deck together, because we could literally just sit here and talk about one thing to the next, whatever pops in our head. I'm sure we could fill an hour and a half of that.
Oh, we could, but we're better than that. That's why we put a slide deck together, and that's why we have 2-hour meetings to discuss it. So
let's get into it, because my body does not know that there was a time change. So I want to be as good as I can be for you.
All right, let's go.
Right. Let's do it. We got our sports ball talk. We want to talk today about Bobby Knight. That's going to be our little discussion piece today. Rest in peace, Bobby Knight. If you don't know who he is, you're going to find out. We got our post of the week. Got our Did You Hear About? And 5 guesses this week is you are giving me kind of like a draft like we've done in the past, where I don't know who's coming next, and I've got to rank them.
It's a blind ranking. Yeah, it's a blind
ranking.
Yeah, okay. It's a blind ranking of countries. I will tell you that.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 5 countries, and you have to rank them, but you don't know who's coming next.
All right. I like this.
And I can tell you, USA and Canada are not one of them.
Well, I would hope not. That would be boring.
Mm-hmm. Worldwide selection.
You put out a couple of shorts this week, sir. You had your normal NFL picks, but you put out our little rendezvous of Game Over last week. You put that out, and you put all those together with your Wonder Share.
I have a
You're
short
getting quick at them too, because I know that one was hard.
No, they take forever. Even the last one.
You turned it in 48 hours.
Even the last one, even though it was more, it still took some time to get. See, the problem is,
but you're getting better. That's what I'm getting at.
Reels and TikToks can be longer than a minute. YouTube Shorts can only be a minute.
Yeah.
Whereas Reels can be a little bit longer. TikToks, I can go up to 10 minutes. So
and sometimes you got to make those executive decisions to cut something that you might not want to.
So I edit the other two. I edit the other two, and then I post them, and then I go back, and then I really got to slice it. Really got to slice it down.
Wow.
Yeah. But Wonder Share,
great, Jeff.
There's a new version. New version of Wonder Share came out. I haven't even installed it yet. All new AI stuff. Haven't even had a chance to install it.
Get on it.
I know.
All right.
I know.
Hey, I think this will be the last one of the year, but congratulations to the World Series champion Texas Rangers taking out the Arizona Diamondbacks in 5 games, Jeff, 4-1.
That was my pick.
That was your pick.
That was my pick, baby. That was my pick.
Ooh. Well, they put together a pretty incredible season. They showed up in the playoffs when it really mattered. Seager, man, he had a hell of a World Series.
Garcia.
Yep. There's a lot of other baseball news that's going on right now. There's a star pitcher that's coming over from Asia. He'll be in the draft coming up, or he'll be a free agent. I mean, so there's some big news there, and I know here in Raleigh there's a lot of hype trying to follow what's going on with the Tampa Bay Rays right now, because if something happens in that situation down there, there's a big group of people here in North Carolina that want to make a push for that team to relocate here. So that'd be pretty cool. But Texas Rangers 2023 World Champions. Campeones.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Hey, NHL, this is kind of a little darker story, Jeff. A few years ago, there was a former player by the name of Kyle Beach, and he came forward saying that a former video coach had basically like sexually assaulted him during their championship run in 2010, the Blackhawks championship run. He had got called up for the playoffs, and there were some things that happened. They finally found this coach, Brad Aldrich, guilty. But now another player from that team has come forward and made allegations again. So, hey, good night, Rouser. Thanks for coming, bud. So kind of dark and dreary. You know, they had to move on from some of their star players in, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews or Taves. I always say his name wrong. Toews. I think it's Taves. They have a whole fresh start with Connor Bedard, but this cloud just is going to hang there as it rightfully should,
Yep.
So just that's kind of the scuttlebutt going on in the NHL right now. So did you hear about the first one? Did you know about that one?
We've had all sorts of, there's been lots of that kind of stuff happening here in Canada. There's a few Canadians so it's been going on up here for a long time, and former professional players and stuff. So which one, I hate to say I'm kind of immune to it. It just kind of rolls off. It just happens, it's happened so much. And we talked a little bit about last week, Hockey Canada's coming up with new rules about what to wear in change rooms. And
it's a big deal too, because the Blackhawks are an original 6 team, right? So
that they are.
It's a storied franchise, and it's never good to have that dark mark. But this is gonna probably be dug into a bit more here. So, all right. Hey, let's take a talk about the NBA. We had
Chariot Man's in the chat. Quickly, Chariot Man, what do you think of this in-season tournament? I'm not a fan, although I'm happier now that the games leading up to the championship game will count, because you said they weren't going to count, which made no sense to me. But turns out they are going to count, so that makes me feel a little bit better.
They count in the standings, but
yes, in the wins loss in the standings. Yes.
They interviewed one of the players, and I'm sorry I can't remember what his name was right now. Lots going on this week, but I do remember what he said. He came out and said that the winner of this should get an automatic berth to the playoffs. Then it would give the players incentive to want to compete in it. Right now, it's just another game. But if you make it even more incentivized, where you give a team, or maybe the final 2 teams get in, one East, one West, right, to keep it balanced, that's an incentive to play. I'll be honest with you, these courts drove me crazy. It was so hard to watch them play on these courts. Just my opinion. Maybe that's the old man eyes that are starting to work for me, but especially with the jerseys that they were wearing were a little bit different for some of them. There was too much going on the court. So, they're cool. It would have been cool if that was like the graphic on the court for like the starting lineup or something, But the fact that it stayed on the court the whole game, it was obnoxious to me. I wasn't a fan.
So Chairman doesn't have an opinion, or he doesn't know what to say yet. Maybe we need another week. Maybe we need another week of games to kind of see.
It is neat that they changed it up though and made it feel a little different, right?
So I know, and I know they got to mix it up, and they got to be a little different, and they got to be this, that, and the other. I understand that, but I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm still a purist.
Well, and I like the throwback in the one to the quicks, and it's just I get what they're trying to do.
All right, he says he doesn't like it. Okay, he doesn't.
It was just a little obnoxious. It was a little hard for me to watch the game. I was so distracted by all the color, to be quite honest. Especially when there's lines going like that middle stripe, like those aren't lines on the basketball court, so it's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
He says they should have kept it regular. All right.
Yeah. Well, would have been.
He's not wrong.
If they did.
He's not wrong, but.
Well, Jeff, I can tell you that I already screwed one thing up because I forgot to get the second graphic here, so we'll just have to mosey on past it. We'll talk about this set of games this week. We were talking a little bit before we got in here about some of these games today, and a couple of names came right out of your mouth right away. CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Congratulations to CJ Stroud. Over 450 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, sets a rookie record.
Yep.
He definitely looks like the best quarterback out of the draft last year. And before everybody goes and throws shade at Bryce Young, it really comes down to the coaching, doesn't it, Jeff?
Coaching, like scheme, other players, all of that.
And so they have taken what Stroud is good at, and they're running through that, and he is so comfortable when he plays. Bryce Young's having a hard time finding enough time to throw. He had a really bad pick today. Didn't look all that great. And so everybody's going to come down and say Stroud should have been the number one. You don't know that because then it might have been roles reversed, right? I really think it comes down to the coaching staff, but heck of a game for him today. And then the guy that you couldn't stop talking about was Josh Dobbs, right?
Yep.
Josh Dobbs doesn't even take a snap with the team in practice after getting traded midweek from the Cardinals. He comes into the game because the starter who was replacing the injured Kirk Cousins went out with a concussion.
Yep.
And Dobbs, he looked shaky in the beginning, lost a couple of fumbles, and then he just went off, man. And he brought the Vikings back. Did you see the little video of him?
I did.
Remember, I watch
all the games. I watch all the games.
Okay, so I didn't know they showed it live.
I don't go off to the movies with my family and then come home and watch a few clips and then do a show. I watch all of the games.
I was listening to it. I just wasn't watching it.
Well, that's why I have 4 televisions here, so I can keep up to what's going on.
I had a TV on. It was just above me, and I had it loud enough so I could hear. Okay, I know what's going on. I paid attention all day. There was a video of him sitting on the bench. I don't know if they showed it on the TV or not when the game ended.
Confession. I did not put on the Raiders-Giants game. I just couldn't stomach it. I did not put it on. I did not put that game on. I just couldn't stomach those two teams.
Hey, man, Antonio Pierce getting his
the puke
first
bowl.
win
I just
as a
could
coach,
not stomach the
whatever.
puke. I could not stomach the puke bowl. So
that's all good.
Yeah.
Well, Josh is sitting there on the bench. The game ends, and he just kind of you could tell he was having a moment. All the players come and rush over to him, and they're high-fiving him. And what an awesome story, man. What an awesome story, I really don't know what to say about Kyle Pitts. I don't know why the Falcons don't use Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, or Drake London, who should be their 3, stud players. Instead, they're running end arounds to Jonnu Smith with first and goal. I don't get it. Michael Thomas, thank you for getting me 0 points in fantasy today. I know that's not a you problem. That's a me problem, but still, that kind of sucked.
Ray, I corrected your comment, Ray. I corrected your comment.
Ravens played really good today. Jeff, talk to me about the Cowboys. Come on, you got to get it off your chest. Let's go.
Season's done. We're done. Season's done. We're moving on. Nope.
Jeff, it's only nine games.
Season's done. Give the Eagles the NFC Championship game. Cancel the rest of the games. See them in February to play whoever decides to come out of the AFC. Game's done. Season's done.
Bengals still up on the Bills right
Quarterback, now? Dak lost us the game again, as always. So there you go.
Bengals still winning?
They are.
Okay.
So
Come on, Joe Burrow.
Josh Allen threw another interception. So that will be 5 straight games he has thrown an interception.
You know what, Jeff? We're at the halfway point of the season. I think we're going to need to revisit our picks.
I'm not. I'm happy with my picks.
No, the picks we did at the beginning of the year.
I understand.
I'm saying we should just review them.
Okay.
Because mine are terrible.
I'm still liking the Jets. Still liking the Jets.
Hey, as long as the defense can keep playing.
I still like the Jets.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still liking.
What did you think about the Germany game?
What?
What did you think about the Germany game compared to the London games? Did you feel like the Germany game had a different flair or anything?
No.
I felt like the teams looked like crap.
Well, it was a blowout.
It was 21-14. Like it
was a blowout. It was a blowout.
I mean, the Chiefs didn't even really use Kelsey. So.
Let's go, Washington Senators. Let's
Pacheco,
go.
Though.
Correction, I'm not coming after you, Ray. I just corrected your comment. That's all I did. Correct, change one word. So there you go. Yep.
I got you. All right, let's move out of this because that is the wrong scores. And here we go. This is what I was hoping to get into with you. You've got a different point on this that you want to make in a minute, but let's talk about the man, Bobby Knight. If you don't know who Bobby Knight was, because he did pass away just the other day.
True.
He's most famous for being a college basketball coach, specifically at the University of Indiana. His nickname was the General. All right. He had 902 Division I basketball wins when he retired. That was a record at the time. He currently sits 5th today. Do you know who the other 4 that have passed him are?
I do not.
I know 2 of them. That's it. I might know the 3rd one. I might know 3.
I believe I believe Michael has to be number 1.
He is.
Okay. Oh, sorry. What team did he play for? Or did he coach?
Puke.
I forget what team he.
Puke.
That's right. That is right, Chariot Man. That is right, Chariot Man. Jets played him on it. Let's go, Jets. Jets. Jets.
Oh man. So he coached the Hoosiers for 29 years, Jeff. 29 years in the same job. That's pretty impressive. Before that, he coached the Army Black Knights from 65 to 71. And after Indiana, he coached the Texas Tech Red Raiders for a few years. He won 3 national championships as a coach, Jeff. He won 1 NIT championship, 11 Big Ten championships, and his 75-76 team, when you graduated high school, went undefeated. He also coached the U.S. men's basketball team to gold in 1984, and he's only one of 3 coaches to win an NCAA title, an NIT title, and a gold medal. But don't let this confuse you, because Bobby Knight was not a saint, all right? He did not live in New Orleans. He was not a saint. Some of the stuff that you might know
he
Bobby Knight
He was passionate. He was passionate.
He was passionate, all right. He was passionate.
Is that's a word?
It's a very good word for what he was. He was a controversial coach, and he was not shy about throwing out profanity, okay? In interviews, on the court, to his mom, like it doesn't matter. He told you what he felt, right? It was the
80s. It was a different time.
It was. This is 1985. That picture on the left there, I think it's 85. He once threw the chair across the court during a game. This was near the beginning of the game. There was a technical foul assessed. I believe this player is from Purdue going to take the free throw, and he just chucks the chair out there in front of the player. He, of course, got ejected from the game. But that kind of really defined what he was, this fiery coach, right? He was engaged in physical altercation with the police officer and was arrested. He was always at it with the media. But then he was taped choking a player at practice, Jeff. Walking right up to him and getting his hand on his throat.
It was the 80s. We did that.
No, this was in the 90s. But the
university it was the 90s. We did that back then.
Yeah,
it's not like the snowflake world now where everybody gets a participant ribbon and all. That's the way, it's the way coaching should be.
University implemented
Purple
a
has a
zero
question.
tolerance policy for Bobby Knight, and he went ahead and flubbed that up and had another incident with a student and was fired in 2000. What is Purple Hayes' question?
Who is the most famous former Army basketball coach? I don't know any Army basketball coaches. Remember, I'm Canadian, so
yeah,
I'm going to play the.
I'm
I'm
pretty
going to
sure
play.
that
I'm
I
going to play
know
the
who
dumb
it
Canadian
is.
card because I don't know.
Pretty sure I know.
Ray said she was female. Is that in relation to who she choked?
She was a female. The other incident with the student
was it with
the incident with the student. So, it wasn't all roses for Bobby Knight, and it led him to being fired from the place that he called home, place that he was most successful. He goes to Texas Tech, plays a couple years. He gets them to the NCAA tournament. He gets them to the NIT, but ultimately health, age, and his style was fading, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right.
It was.
But he was a very good coach. Okay. He popularized the motion offense. If you don't know what the motion offense is, everybody's in motion. Everybody's also kung fu fighting, but that's a story for another time. He won 4 National Coach of the Year honors, Jeff, through 8 Big Ten of the Year honors. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 91, the College Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006, even with the altercations. Engaged in many verbal altercations with the media. Yep. Joined ESPN as a basketball analyst from 8 to 15. But here you go. Here's some interesting stuff. He played basketball at Ohio State with John Havlicek and Jerry Lucas. Those are 2 very famous names in basketball, Jeff. Probably heard of them. And he also served in the Army from 1963 to 65. And then he served in the U.S. Army Reserves from 65 to 69.
That's my answer. Can I go with him? Did he coach Army at all? No.
He did not coach Army.
Can be my answer. Can be my answer. Yeah.
So there you go. Bobby Knight.
Purple says go for it. Purple says go for it. Answer it.
Go for it, Ryzak. After I said that I think I know who it was, I lied, Purple Hayes, because I know that who I thought it was not a coach there. And that would have been Mike Krzyzewski. So he didn't coach at Army. He coached somewhere else, another small school. Was it Princeton?
Ray's guessing Jimmy Allen.
I'm trying to think of where Krzyzewski was before Duke. It was a smaller school, but it was either Ivy League or it was military. Was it Air Force?
She says yes, he did. You are right.
He did. I'm right. Oh, was Krzyzewski? I knew it was a military. I didn't think it was Army though. For some reason, I was going somewhere else. Heck yeah! Look at me go. That was a good one. Basketball's my sport, baby. So Bobby Knight, Jeff. The reason I wanted to talk about Bobby Knight today is because, there's a lot of people, especially in the world today, that would look at the things that he did and scoff at them and write them off and cancel culture and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a young basketball player that grew up with discipline, I dreamed of the day that I could have played for Bobby Knight. I came from not a military house, but a military family where rules were important and there was structure, and you didn't talk back and you knew your place. And I always appreciated people like that in my life that were a little bit harder, had gone through things a little bit harder, because I thought that they brought the best out in me. So if I could have played to this day, if I could have played for any coach during the time that I played basketball, I would have definitely chosen and still would choose today Bobby Knight, because his implementation of the motion offense is a lot of the stuff that I ran when I coached. There's a lot of off ball screens. There's a lot of baseline movement. There's a lot of flanking out to the wings and curling. Although I'm a little bit of a nicer guy than he is, I tried to carry my teams with discipline and, making sure that everybody held themselves accountable, which are things that I always thought about with his teams. You have a different take on Bobby Knight, and it's not like a bad one or anything, but you were telling me a little bit something earlier about Canada, right?
Well, yeah, because in the 80s, TSN wasn't as big as it was now, which is like our version of ESPN. And, and so yeah, we had the satellite dish, and yeah, we had, access to stuff, but we only had the one or two televisions, and there was with other stuff. And so it wasn't until I sort of moved out and when I was able to watch more ball. So a lot of the memories I had is mostly the chair throwing, because a lot of the games they weren't on TV. There wasn't like, it was now where it was on, TV all the time and you could watch it and stuff like that. Right. So what I saw,
very hard to find an old photograph,
Bruce,
even, right?
I was talking to Bruce Campbell, and that's all he remembers, again, being Canadian. That's what he remembers, the chair throwing. And he said there's a clip floating around. He was doing some interview, he was trying to be nice, then he ended up saying, fuck it, and he started swearing and throwing chairs and whatnot, right? So we didn't get access to a lot of the, I'd have to catch the paper the next day. And if the Hamilton Spectator and we're going to talk about that in the future, folks. We call that we have a name for that in the term here in the biz.
Hey, hold on a second, Jeff. Purple Haze. Yeah. I'm going to say Mike Tomlin. I don't think that's right, but I also want to know who, in your opinion, is the most famous basketball player that played at Army, because I think that we're probably both on the same page. Sorry, Jeff.
That's okay. So anyways, that was, even baseball and football, like I have to go back the next day to find out some of the stats, because they'd cover a little bit on the news, but then it was 8:00 or 11:00 news when and I was often getting ready for bed. I was a good little boy in the 80s. I was going to bed early and getting my sleep. And so I always had to wait the next day. So I missed a lot. Not that I missed it. I knew all about it, but yeah, the antics, obviously the news would cover a little bit of the antics in the, in the sports. So I didn't get to see.
Some people probably didn't even think about throwing a chair until they saw him throw a chair.
Yeah, maybe.
It was just different, I mean, look at that suit on the right. He always had that red sweater on when he was at Indiana. I'm
all about the, and I appreciate the branding. You know how much I like branding.
I didn't know that Vince Lombardi was an assistant coach at Army. Purple Haze, you taught me something today. Yes, branding, Jeff. It's iconic because every time you saw him, you knew what he was talking about.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, love him or hate him. Bobby Knight was definitely an interesting character.
Yes.
And I think that there should probably be a movie made about him now that he is deceased, because it would probably be really, really good.
They make movie about other stupid things, so why not this one?
They do. Exactly. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in there. So
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Good chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I wanted to get that off my chest, Jeff.
No, we had to talk about it. We missed it. We missed it last week. We had the graphic already. Yeah. We had and we had a graphic already for something else too, and we missed that too. I just ended the stream before we got to that. So.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, you hit me up with this, and as most people know that watch this stuff, I don't really pay attention to streamer news, so I don't even really know who Nick Merckx is, other than he's the guy that just went to kick.
Yep.
You were kind of explaining this to me. It's about like revenue of the videos, right? You want to let everybody know what this is?
So this came out this week, and because a lot of us are content creators and none of us will get to the level of Nick, Tim, Doc, Tyler, none of us are going to get to that level.
I mean, speak for yourself, Jeff. I mean,
well, game over, Mike.
No, just like one day. I mean, we might,
maybe.
We're saying never.
Maybe. We're never going to be like Wildcat. We're never going to be like Smitty. Again, if you've heard of any of these people, let me know.
No,
Al Pacino could play Bobby Knight. Yeah, that would be
Tim. Ooh, that would. Well, he'd have to change his hair.
Yeah, maybe.
Nick Nolte.
So you go on Twitch, and you have your favorite streamers, and you're like, hey, I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to subscribe to you. Great. And so you think that portion of that money, there's a 50-50 split. Sometimes it's 70-30, but you believe in your heart that you're supporting that creator. In a lot of cases you are, but Nick came out and said that that was not the case. In his case, anybody, all his MFAM, everyone, that's his community, what he calls them. Anyone who subscribed to him, all that money went back to Twitch because his contract, that's the way it was written. He opted in for as it says here, the MG, the minimum guarantee. So he was guaranteed a minimum amount a month, regardless of what happened. And so then all of his Twitch subs, instead of going to him or a portion of it goes to him, it was all going back to Twitch. And nobody knew that. And so since he started streaming on Kick, he then let that cat out of the bag. Which
okay,
then...
so he...
Yeah. So
go ahead. Yeah, you were setting it up. I'm sorry, I was going to. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. So that prompted some replies from... so I don't know if you know Hunter, Gaming News with Jake Lukey. So he does that with him. So he came out and he made a post, and then Ryan Watt, Fwiz, for those of you that don't know, he is the former head of YouTube Gaming. He used to be the head of YouTube Gaming, and he said, this is pretty normal across creator deals, need to recoup the ad and non-ad revenue as you're paying the minimum guarantee that is largely more than you'll recoup, hence the creator deals are largely lost leaders, blah, blah, blah. Even with Kick, you need to justify, blah, blah, blah. So, but then he also went on to say that he tried to, I'm not sure how the contract are structured. Personally, he structured them where there was some minimum guarantees and sub revenue, because again, it incentivized the streamer to try to get more subs, because then you got a piece of it, but that's not the way some of these contracts were working with Twitch.
Interesting.
So just different ways. And again, that's not everybody. That's probably some of the big streamers. Right. But a lot of things have been shaking down in the streamer world. You'll notice all the big guys are now streaming on both platforms now. Especially with the
biggest guys are right here.
It's true. But Ninja's always been pushing. Ninja was streaming on all the platforms, even though he was getting no money from Twitch. He disabled all of that. So he was streaming for over a year on Twitch, making no money because he was trying to force a point. And they eventually, when the new CEO came in, they eventually changed it. So, so with the new release of Fortnite this week,
oh my God! Please don't talk about Fortnite. That's all my son has talked about this weekend.
It's great. I played it. I played it last night? Was it? I guess it was last night. Yeah, last night. I played it. I played 3 games. I played 3 ranked games. I got 2 wins, and then my third one, it got me into ranked silver. So nice. So 3 games, 2 wins. Yeah. I think I came second in the other game, but it ranked me up to silver and ranked, silver 2 on ranked. In my 3 games. That's all I had time for. And then I wanted to stay up for Ray's stream, but then ended up falling asleep. I woke up at like 3:30. I'm like, oh crap. Sorry, Ray. And then I went back.
Oh man.
And that was 3:30, the new time, not the old time.
Think about that, Ray. He woke up at 3:30 thinking about you in the morning.
I did. Wow. And then so anyways, so a lot of changes in the big streamer world. And now you got to stop to think about some of these big streamers that you might support. That maybe that but they're still making money. And again, you can argue that people are supporting and buying the subscriptions, and so that's proving that they're worth that minimum guaranteed money that Twitch was paying them.
Was there any talk to what that minimum guarantee was?
There was.
Or if there was like a structure based on your.
No.
I would imagine they would offer more to people that have more followers as a minimum guarantee versus somebody like you and me, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of tiered.
Yeah. We wouldn't even get a contract, but yes. So a lot of that. So a lot of stuff's been shaken out. Nick obviously is the highest profile since he's been streaming over there on Kick, So very interesting in that, again, because you just sit back and you see these guys and you think, oh, they're just rolling in the money, and sometimes they are, and then you think, oh, so I'm gonna buy, a typical gamer, as someone else people don't know, he's probably one of the largest creators in Canada, probably second to Wildcat. He's got just over almost 14 million. Maybe he went over 14 million by now subscribers. But he went on Twitch and people were subbing and subpriming to him, and he wasn't even streaming. He just said his first stream was the OG Fortnite, but he talked about it the day before, and then people were just chatting and just buying subscriptions. So he had 500 paid subscribers before he even went live. Yeah, it was crazy.
Purple Haze doesn't know who she would say is the best Army basketball player. I'd have to go with Robinson, right? You got to go with David Robinson,
the Admiral. The Admiral.
I don't know why his name was the Admiral when he was in the Army. I guess when I think Admiral, I think of a ship.
Was he not in the? Was he not in the Navy?
I thought he was. He was an Army basketball player, wasn't he? Not.
Was he?
I could have swore he was. If I'm wrong, then
that's what Crow's saying. That's what's saying. Robinson was in the Navy, wasn't he?
Robinson was in the Navy. Damn, I thought he was in the Army.
That's what I thought, which is why they called him the Admiral.
That's why. Okay, well, I've been confused then. I'm stupid myself. Dang.
That's right.
Well, never mind. I'm wrong.
So I don't know. Too bad there wasn't a. I wish there was a.
I'm glad Crow is always the. Crow's just like Johnny on the spot, man.
Right. Yeah. It's the chat. The chat is correcting you. The chat.
Hey, there we go.
The chat is
all right.
Where's my mouse here?
Yeah, I got it. That's why I said why is he called the Admiral? My bad.
You're going to offend all the Army people with talk like
that. Yeah.
The Admiral. Right. Yeah, Crow.
No worries,
Crow all the Army people have now clicked the downvote on this stream. when I go and check the stats, it's gonna have a lot of downvotes. That's because all the Army people watching.
Well, there you go. So I didn't say I was smart.
But you're cute, so that's all that matters.
Well, sometimes I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. So we need to keep going so we can get through all of this. Did you hear about, Jeff? Because we got some good stuff here. It's a mixture. It is like a total mixed bag of Did You Hear About. Like we got some like personal stuff in here. Like, I mean, it's deep this week. Mm-hmm. Check this one out. All right. I found this the other day. I sent it to you and Crow, and you guys were like, yeah, you didn't know about this? No, I didn't know about this because I'm dumb. Okay. Number one, Jim Carrey is Canadian. Big shock.
You didn't
Probably
know that?
My favorite comedic actor of all times, and I had no idea he was Canadian. So There you go. But what I really liked about this story, Jeff, was that had his acting career not taken off, he was going to work at a steel mill in your freaking town, Hamilton, Ontario.
That is correct.
And you told me that steel mill is still there today.
It is.
And you also told me that there's two, right?
There is two. Correct.
Okay.
So that's DeFasco. The other one is Stelco. Fun fact, my dad worked at Stelco for 40 years.
So at Stelco, is that where he put the rivets into the Army ships?
No.
Or was that afterwards?
That was before. That was in
before.
Remember, that was in the World War II.
Well, I knew that, so I didn't know if he was working at that factory then. And
that was back in his hometown. That was back in his hometown in the 40s. He came to Hamilton in the 50s, which is then where he met my mother. That would make a great TV show. How did you meet your mother? It would. And then he worked at he was a professional scheduler. He would schedule when people would work, and it was all shift work. So he'd have to plan out, and then if someone called in sick, he'd have to find a replacement and all of that. He was also in management. So whenever they went on strike, he would either not go and be able to go into work and cross picket lines, or he'd be stuck. They would let people, one day a week could go in or out. So then he'd have to go in for a week and not come out for a week or something like that when there were some weird strikes and that. So. So yeah, but yeah,
wow. All of a sudden I was reading through this stuff because it came up on my timeline, and I was like, "Holy shit, Hamilton! That's where Jeff lives."
Did you ever watch the TV show Castle?
I know what it is, but I can't say I really watched it.
He was the writer who would solve crimes, and then there was that police detective that he worked with, the female.
I can see his face, like I know the show, but I don't think I watched it.
Any guesses? 3 guesses to where she grew up?
Is it Hamilton, Ontario?
Yes.
Wow, man, I am good. I should play.
Can you name probably our famous export?
Your famous export?
Hamilton's most famous export. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The human that is our most famous export, probably as a person.
Oh, a human.
Yeah.
Human
That's why I changed
being.
it. That's why I changed it to. Oh, Crow, remind me to send you a picture after you and Paul a picture. Wait, did I send it to you? Oh, I sent you the picture. Crow. You and Paul a picture earlier. But a human who is probably our most famous export. He is an actor, comedian.
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
It is not. He's not from Hamilton. He's from Vancouver.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Who is from Hamilton, Jeff?
Martin Short.
Really?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, Marty Short.
Good old Marty Short.
Oh, Marty Short.
Good old Marty Short. Another Hamilton boy.
It's pretty good. That's probably... Purple Haze, I don't know the answer to this. I don't know what happened in college football this weekend. Is it Army?
Which college football team beat their first-ranked opponent since 1973?
I'm going to go with Army. We were talking about Army, so I'm going to go with Army. All right, let's move into the next one while she chimes back at us. Here is the Victor Wembanyama segment. Look at it. Man, I am good today, Jeff. I am good. I'm lucky.
I think after this week we got to put a moratorium on the Victor boy for a while.
Man, I don't know, Jeff. There's going to be highlight after highlight each week.
Yeah, but it's going to be the same highlight. It's going to be just the same.
You sent this to me, and I'm glad I clipped it at this point because Stephen A. looks ridiculous in this freeze frame, and
he looks ridiculous all the time.
Sometimes Stephen A. gets tiring to me. Okay. You can do with the antics so much.
He'll be happy tomorrow. He'll be yapping about the Cowboys.
He was raving the other day on First Take though about how awesome Wembanyama is, and he's going to be an all-star as a rookie, and he's just the best thing since sliced bread. And he's also been very controversial of Victor Wembanyama, and questioned some of the same things that you and I have questioned, just from his build. I really hope longevity is on his side, but I think that history has shown that people that are his size, their bodies break down a lot quicker when they play sports where they have to cut and they have to change direction, and they're jumping, they're landing, like there's just a lot of stress on those joints, right? So Stephen A. was just all over Victor Wembanyama. I think he scored 35 points, had 10 rebounds, a couple of blocks. Saw one play where he makes the block and then he just gets out on the fast break right away, like he's running the floor. He's doing anything that I think any coach could want from their rookie player. And the Spurs have won a couple of games, right? So it always works out when they can get the W's too. Question I want to ask you about Victor Wembanyama, Jeff.
Good.
Do people in Canada talk about him?
No. None of the shows I happen to catch.
But he's French. I feel like that he would, like, you guys would adopt him as like.
Maybe they do in Quebec. Maybe I'll have to have some Quebec friends.
Okay, maybe so. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. The dude's a freak. I don't even know how you can call Giannis the freak anymore. There's now a new freak in the building. He's the real deal freak. I really hope that he can hold up because this season is not the same as their French league season. Their French league season, they may play 1 week or 1 game a week. In the NBA, they could play 4 games a week. You know. So I really hope that it works out for him. He seems like a good kid, and it's fun to watch his freakish ability. It really is. He's doing some crazy things. So you said put him in a moratorium. That is awful, Jeff. You don't want to talk about Victor Wembanyama each week like we did the Cavender twins? We can take a break from him. We could take a break from him. I didn't want to. There's enough of him to go around. He's only 7'4". I didn't want to talk about them either, but you kept dragging them onto the show. You're in charge of the slides, so I had no control over the slides, and you were like just kept throwing those two on there. So it's good for views. All right, Victor Wembanyama. There we go. I told you, Purple Haze, we were going to talk some Victor Wemby. Hey, this one came across my feed this week, Jeff. The National Association of Realtors and Home Services of America have been found guilty of colluding to inflate or maintain high commission rates. They've been ordered to pay damages of $1.78 billion. I think the pandemic had a lot to do with it. I think that inflation conversation has had a lot to do with it. But I think that in a lot of professions, everybody always looks to squeak out everything that they can. And in this case, they were caught. Now, you were telling me how it is in Canada. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, at least in Ontario, I can't speak for the rest of the provinces, but the agents get a flat rate, like 2.5%. Now in Hamilton, it's actually 2%. So when we bought this house, we paid 2% to both the seller, my guy who helped get it, and the seller. But where we from Mississauga, where we're from, that's part of the Toronto board, and it's 2.5%. So he had to give 2.5% to the agent who brought the buyer, but he only took 2. So instead of being 5, it was actually only 4.5. The whole commission breakdown. Again, that's set by the realtor. I don't know, and I don't know anything about. I don't know much about that. So I don't know who sets it, and I think every little jurisdiction is a little different. So I don't know how. I'm sure our stuff is different than yours. All I know is the 3 houses we sold this year. Like
usual. We're usually different.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, hey, I guess my question would be, who are they paying the damages to? Back to the people that they were realtors for?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because if so, I hope my realtor did. I want some money back. $1.78 billion. That is insane.
Are they national? Is that across the entire, all 50 of your states?
Yeah.
I assume.
Yep. And probably Puerto Rico and Guam.
That seems kind of low then.
You think so?
I don't know.
Would you expect it to be double digits?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how is there math that says how they came up with that number?
I wonder if it was through certain loan officers or like loan companies, that they worked with.
Probably.
Should have found out more of this story. Anyway, it's a huge number.
All right. It's a good number.
Let's keep it going. You sent this to me the other day when it was at 9, Jeff. William Nylander has extended his season opening point streak to 11 games. That's incredible. That is incredible.
Maple Leafs don't have a song like the Blue Jays.
They don't?
No.
They're an original 6. Why not?
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I mean, you get a point in hockey for a goal or an assist, right? So that means he's done something scoring-wise in 11 straight games. That is very impressive. So hats off to William Nylander and his historic start for himself. I think he also had an 11 game point streak his rookie season as well.
Maybe.
So I don't think this is the first time that he's done this.
Don't know. Let's go Leafs.
Hey, here we go. We talked about this, maybe 10 shows ago or something like that. There is a new Beatles song that has come out. Jeff, it's called Now and Then. Okay. And it was finished with the help of software that was created by Peter Jackson, who wrote the Lord of the Rings, directed the Lord of the Rings, directed the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's J.R.R. But anyways, carry on.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I corrected myself. And they used AI with some old studio clips that they had from their collection and finished a song. Okay. This picture is meant to memorialize the start to the end. So at the very top, it's the young Beatles, in the middle there's the 70s hippie Beatles. And then at the bottom here, they've kind of got some ghosts there.
I didn't even notice the ones at the top. I only saw the 2. I didn't even notice the one at the top.
Yeah, there's one more up there. So
I didn't even notice that.
What they may look like today as ghosts, right? So Ray just mentioned the video. That's where I was going next. They put a little video together on YouTube. That's what you had sent me originally. And, it was just, it's kind of cool seeing behind the scenes and seeing some things like that. And you know, I'm on a roll tonight, Crow. I am on a roll. I should have read the show notes beforehand that I created. No, it's a beautiful song, and I think it kind of opens the door for this to maybe happen going forward. I think the only concern I have with that, though, is that it's not really them, right?
Yes.
So I think you get
but like
emotional with it because you want to remember that. So it's a good thing, but it's not them.
And I heard on Sirius XM today when I was driving around, or yesterday, I don't know, sometime.
It is
that John had wrote some of this stuff near when he was, and in for them to use in the future, right? In case he didn't make it, then right. So I heard there was something about
a lot
that.
of studio like sound clips and stuff. So the way that I understood it was that they used those clips to use with the AI to make.
But they've been doing this now,
right?
But they've been doing this for years. This is not new.
Sure.
And even in movies, they finish movies based on actors that have passed away.
Fast and the Furious.
And stuff like that. Right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So
yeah, and I think
Ray says it is them. CNN did a report on it. John's voice was AI enhanced.
Yeah, AI enhanced because they like the AI like listened to all of those tracks, like used its powers to make the voice and then be able to put that into song. So I mean it is him, but it's it's synthetic in a sense, right? I don't know if I'm saying that right or
Paul, Ringo, and George's voice is real. And Crow Resin says the Crow, he would know. He was the Crow expert. He would know that it was finished without Brandon Lee. So he would. I yield to the Crow at anything bird related, crow related. Anything crow related, I yield to
it is really, really cool though to see something that I mean, when did John Lennon die? Was it like 1980? 1980. I was going to say 79. 1980. Okay. Yeah. I mean, man, 43 years. 43 years since he died, and now we're getting to hear his voice again in a new song that we've never heard before. It's pretty cool.
Oh, Michael Jackson's voice was enhanced on South Park. Did not know that. There's a fun factoid by Raymond.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. Thank you, Ray, for that. That was good. All right, last did you hear about? You sent this one to me, Jeff. 30 seconds. 30
should we
seconds.
Should we advertise the show on the? Should we advertise the podcast on the Super Bowl?
Fortunately, I just came in to $7.1 million, Jeff,
Excellent.
And I would love to spend $7 million on 30-second clip with you.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh my God.
Excellent.
There's a lot of songs and a lot of bands that you could probably say could finish an album too. I'd like to see some Queen stuff before the rest of those guys get too off.
Kurt Cobain's daughter just married. Who did Kurt Cobain's daughter just marry? Somebody's son.
Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love's daughter?
Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love's daughter just married somebody's son. And you guys are going to go, well, duh. But who? Somebody famous.
Dave Grohl?
Somebody's famous son.
Think about that. I'll finish talking about this one here. So Super Bowl ads.
Does somebody know? Anyways, carry on.
We'll ask them. Super Bowl ads are what a lot of people even watch the Super Bowl for, right? I feel like Super Bowl ads are very hit and miss. I really wish that on the rebound of all of the Dylan Mulvaney stuff with Bud Light, that Bud Light and Budweiser would bring back the freaking Bud Bowl. Please, can we get some sort of new animated Bud Bowl? See, Baby Yoda says that we should have the Bud Bowl.
Yeah, maybe. What was I gonna say?
Clydesdales, like where is that? Where's all the cool?
I want Budweiser. I want Budweiser to bring back the alligators. Budweiser.
Yeah.
Crocodiles.
But you remember when the Clydesdales were like kicking the field goals?
I do.
Like it was so Tony Hawk's
son. Pretty sure that was AI.
Tony Hawk's. Duh, Jeff. It was Tony Hawk's son.
Riley.
God,
yeah,
man.
Tony Hawk's son. I know. I just googled it. Tony.
Like why
Riley Hawk. Tony Hawk. Yeah, she went for a skater boy. Yeah, so Tony Hawk's son. I know. I just googled it. Ridiculous. I told you she'd marry somebody famous as son. I just couldn't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah, Jeff. I think that we should go ahead and do a coffee talk. 30-second 7 mil ad.
There's one problem.
But they're sold out.
They are effectively sold out.
Darn. Well, maybe 2025, Jeff.
Maybe
2025.
Maybe.
All right, let's get into the fun part of the show. It's now time for 5 guesses. Well, it's actually blind ranking. There you go. That'll work.
I'll make it work.
Jeffy.
Hang on, I gotta pull up my list.
Hey, what's going on in that game back there, Jeff? What's the score?
It is what is it? 24-10.
Ooh, Bengals.
With 7 minutes and 20 seconds left. For those of you that can't see over my shoulder. So you are blind ranking these 5 countries. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 countries, and you have to blind rank them. So you have to rank them 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's do it. Getting comfortable.
Okay. Number 1, and Canada and US are not in it because they would be number 1. That's not fair. The first country, Australia. Where would you put Australia? Not knowing what's coming next.
Right, not knowing what's coming next. This is just a top 5 list in the order that I feel, but I have to anticipate what could be coming. So I don't want to rank too low, but I don't want to rank too high. So I'm going to put Australia at number 2, Jeff.
Ooh, okay. Egypt.
Egypt.
With the pyramids.
Egypt with the pyramids. I am one of those people that want to see things that I have seen in history books. I want to see the Roman Colosseum. I want to see the Tower of Pisa. I want to see the Sphinx and the pyramids. But it might be a last of my days bucket list because there's just too much sand for my liking, Jeff. So I'm going to put Egypt at number 4.
Okay. All right. The third country, Mexico.
Mexico or Mexico?
Mexico.
Okay. All right.
Mexico.
I think it's pretty safe to say that Mexico has some cool stuff. Home
of Primo, original country of Primo.
Tijuana, to name a few. I'm fearful that you're going to throw a nasty one at me, so I'm going to put Mexico at number 3. I'm going to put them at number 3.
Okay. The fourth country, Brazil.
Oh, I'll put Brazil at number 1. There you go.
Okay. And number 5, China.
Yeah, that's fine. That's number 5. All right, I'll do it for your video. Jeff, I think I'm going to put China at number 5.
There you go.
All right. So running this back. All right. I've got Brazil at number 1. I've got Australia at number 2. I've got Mexico at number 3. I've got Egypt at number 4. And I've got China at number 5. How did I do, Jeff? How would you have ranked those? Knowing what they are, what would you have ranked?
I would have gone Australia 1 right off the hooch. So Crow said, "Be careful." I probably have Russia in there. I had China.
I had a feeling you were going to throw me a little bit of a curveball there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't put England in there because I would have had to have given.
I wouldn't have put
5.
England. I wouldn't have put England in there. No, I should have said I wasn't going to put
Been
that
there,
in there.
done that.
Yeah, that's why I did
Got
not.
the
Put,
t-shirt.
that's why I did not. That's why I did not put them in. I would have gone Australia. I would have probably gone Egypt. I would have gone Brazil, Mexico, and then China as last. I would like to see what the aliens invented. I'd like to see what the aliens made.
Yeah.
So
I said I think it would be cool.
The sand would be
I
perfect because I'd be in bare feet. So you see, the sand would be perfect. I'd be in bare feet. So that would.
I think it'd be too hot for you, Jeff. I think your feet wouldn't know what to do in that heat.
Listening while washing something.
He's
in
doing the pressure washer simulator, so he's washing a backyard.
Oh, a backyard. Okay, backyard. I had trouble translating that.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
But yeah, no, I think I'd like to see what the aliens built.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Brazil, isn't that where that Rio that little festival? Isn't that where that? And they have that thing that that statue up on a mountain. Isn't that Brazil?
There's some places in Brazil you probably don't want to go, Jeff. Right?
Probably.
Just like anywhere, but
probably.
Man, the beaches and the food, and I'd take a jungle tour. Like it would be. I would like Brazil.
Beaches are topless.
Are they?
I don't know. So that was a question. I had inflection.
I feel like every beach I go to is topless for me.
Oh yeah.
So I'd take my top off.
Yeah, I'm not allowed. I've been asked not to.
Oh.
Yeah. People ask.
Do you have a swim shirt that says @Jeff Janak?
I shouldn't I?
You should. You should get one of those like swim shirts.
I have an @Jeff for Retro Rewind. I guess I need a Coffee Talk one.
Jeff, did you guys watch Storage Wars?
Oh yeah, we love the Storage Wars and Storage Wars. There was a Canadian version, Storage Wars Canada. Dave,
was that guy Dave that had the black truck and all that, and he just had the black on his hat.
Yeah, and he had the black, and he was always branded. Yeah.
That is you. You are Dave.
Brandy and them. They used to sometimes have a hat with their store on it and stuff. Yep. And the old guy whose name I don't remember. Yep.
I love it. Ooh, Crow Resin said he wants to see you in a Speedo.
No, he wants the @JMG on the Speedo. Jeff Janak on the Speedo. @Jeff Janak on the Speedo.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man.
That was a good blind. That was a good blind ranking.
It was. I really hope I didn't offend anybody.
Probably that is the show. We're gonna get shut down.
Definitely not trying to piss anybody off here, but it's just my 5, right? Like everybody's entitled to their own 5.
So guys in the when you comment if I release this as a short, you guys got to comment what your 5 countries are.
Hey, speaking of that, I told you we went to that Matt Rife show, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you know who Matt Rife is, Jeff?
I do. He shows up in my YouTube recommendations all the effing time now. I meant to send you a printout because there was like 3 in a row of Matt Rife things in my YouTube recommendations, and I'm just cursing you.
No shit, man. As soon as we went to the concert, we walk in and they have a stand there for all the merchandise. This man is literally selling a pillow that has a picture of himself, like a full body, like head to toe.
I like
picture of himself cut out around his picture, and they sold out of those damn things.
I have a body pillow. I wonder if I could get one of those big body pillows of just my body.
He made a comment about it during the show, and he was like, I don't know whether I should be happy or scared that all of these things keep selling out, because I just imagine all of you women going home and like dry humping these things, right? And it got me thinking, Jeff, I think you need to make a pillow and pass them out when you go to all these.
I got to correct. This is another comment of Ray's I have to correct. Okay. I'll fix that in post.
Oh, man. The merch store. Oh, my God.
@JeffJanak.store. Go to JeffJanak.store.
Purple Haze is going to comment on the short that you make, and she's going to say, wrong.
Actually, you know what? There's a very, very good chance that blind ranking will get released this week. There is a COVID. There are 2 cases of COVID in my parents' residence, so I'm probably not going this week, which means Tuesday I can sit in the
Ray says Canada, UK, Mexico, France, Spain. That's his list of 5.
Only one of them were his
I
choice.
didn't have any of those as an option.
Mexico was the only one that was an option. So that's a third comment of Ray's I have to fix in post-production.
I mean, to be quite honest, the country I want to go to the most is the Netherlands. So that's
my brother and his daughter, my niece, went to Iceland for some strange reason.
That would be nice too.
Don't know why, but they went to Iceland.
Reykjavik. How do you? I don't know how to say that.
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik. There you go. Reykjavik. Is that how you say it? Reykjavik.
I think so.
I watched a lot of stuff on that. We were talking about maybe trying to go there for our anniversary one year. The geothermal that's in like the island, right? It's fascinating, man.
She's a geologist, and he used to be one or took geology and training. So I think that's why they went. These guys.
It's fascinating. I mean,
so I think that's why they went.
Those pots, they like dig a hole in the ground and it bakes bread. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I think that's why they. A touchdown! Is that a touchdown or an interception? Is that a touchdown? That looks incomplete, right? Is that incomplete? Is that a catch? You get both feet in? Look over my shoulder. 1, 2. Yep. Yep. That's a touchdown. I think that's a touchdown. I think he got both feet in. Hang on. Let's look again.
Bring it back.
Let's see. Left. Right. Yeah. That's a touchdown. Diggs with the score. Diggs with the score.
You dig it? Can you?
He got both feet in. Yep. He got both feet. Looks like he got both feet in.
Hey, so what do you got coming up this week, Jeff? You gonna be a busy man this week? Well, you said no because you might not go see your parents, right? So
yeah.
What are you guys playing on Monday? Are you doing Sea of Thieves?
We are back. No, we are done with Sea of Thieves for a while. So for the 4th time, every time Biggle Mac made this point. So this is the 4th time we've streamed Sea of Thieves. The 4th time we got to the end. The 4th time that we got our ship blown up and all our everything stolen from us. So he goes, maybe we should just play it, not stream it. Because every time we stream it, there's just disaster. That they are launching a new mode in December called Safe Seas, where the rewards aren't as high, but you won't get your shit stolen. So we're done with that. I think if Sanchez is still here, and Ray and Crow, I think we're going to finish Gotham. We're going to finish the last 3 or 4 levels of the heroic adventure in Gotham tomorrow night if Ray and Sanchez are around to do it.
So by that, you mean you are going to run around while Crow and Ray and Sanchez pick you up and beat the level with you?
That's a way of putting it. That's a way of putting it.
You know what, Jeff? You're consistent.
That's a way of putting it.
I appreciate
that is a way of putting it. That is a way of putting it. I'll be paying more attention tomorrow night than I was when the Cowboys were playing on Monday night. Let's put it that way. And then Wednesday, I'm not sure what we'll do. We may, if you're around, maybe we can do some more from space. And if you're not around, if Sanchez or Rouster wants to play, Jeff does all right.
I should be able to let you. I should be able to.
Gotham Knights is on PS5 cloud streaming, right? I did not know that. That's awesome because it's on xCloud too. Because we were playing with Dude on the xCloud. So that's kind of cool. All right. Yeah, I'll be paying attention because I'm certainly gonna. I'm not gonna want to watch the game tomorrow night. Well, I will, but I won't.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, I'm not sure if we're going to do some, if some people want to do from space, I'm up to that again. If we just want to hit the road trucking, we could do that. And then I'm going to be back playing more thingy on Armageddon. Auto comment on Armageddon on Friday. And then on Saturday sponsored stream, I'm going to be playing a sort of a retro F1 game since the F1 is coming to the States. In the Vegas in a couple of weeks, I'm going to play the retro. Because the following week, I may be out of town in a Santa Claus parade.
Ooh!
So I might be doing a public appearance.
Are you dressing as Santa Claus?
I don't want to take away from the real Santa Claus, but I will have my snowman suit on.
Your snowman.
I'll have my snowman suit on, and
are you going to call yourself Jeffy Frost?
Looks like we're going to be doing. I'll be doing a public appearance, weather permitting.
It's Jeffy Frost. Look, kids, it's Jeffy Frost.
Yep. So,
doing
a charity public appearance in 2 weeks if the weather's nice.
Melty, no.
Yep. And then the following Sunday, we'll be back for Coffee Talk.
We got this, Jeff. We got this.
Episode 40 is going to be the big U.S. Thanksgiving episode.
Episode 40. I can't believe that we're into the 30s now.
We're almost out of the 30s, dude.
Hey, you know what, though? I think that I deserve a little bit of credit for lasting this long with you, because I think this is the longest that I've done a show.
It's true.
I think it is. I don't think I have 38 episodes of Game Over.
Could be.
Oh.
Gotta like it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, it's all good. We're going to have beautiful weather here in North Carolina this week. It is going to be in the 70s, and then it's going to be in the 80s on Wednesday and Thursday. So I am going to finish this project that I have out back, Jeff, and I am going to probably try to take a half day of work on Thursday so I can go on a big, long bike ride, because I know the weather's going to change soon, and I'm not going to get out to do it like I have been. So I think we're going to take advantage of that weather this week. So
it was in the 50s of your degrees here today. I went and raked the front lawn. Took some videos of playing in the leaves. Look for those.
Got you some vitamin D.
Look for those TikToks tomorrow.
All right.
I like TikToks tomorrow.
I like it. Mm-hmm. I got to admit, when you do your videos to like 80s music with your hair down, I really get like some like Breakfast Club vibes, man. I definitely think that you watched a lot of 80s movies, Jeff.
Love me the John Hughes.
Yeah.
Love me.
That's what I like when you do the pose where you have like your hand just inside of one of your pockets and you kind of got the hip like out to the side. You like that pose. That's a good pose for you. You look confident in that pose.
Tomorrow is Lost Monday, so it's going to be a very sad pose.
Oh, well, sorry. See, this is why you probably shouldn't let the team run your emotions.
Probably not.
Yep. Grumpy old men vibes is what I get.
He's not wrong. Finally one I do not have to correct. There is a comment I do not have to correct. Very good, Ray.
Man.
Hat tip to Ray.
Hey, Ray. Jeff, 50 more days until Christmas.
That is correct.
There. Correct. 50 more days until Christmas.
Mine is over there. It's mine. I posted on I know you don't follow me on the gram, but I posted on the gram. Oh, I actually did it I did do it as a story on the thing. You don't follow me on Blue Sky or on the Mastodon, do you? No.
I don't even know what Blue Sky is, and I don't think I've been on Mastodon.
There you go.
So you got all the social media locked down, man.
I do.
My son was like, "What's the latest trends on Twitter?" And I was like, "To be honest with you, man, like I don't really know. Like I'm not blue check mark verified, so my feeds look like shit. So I get like ads and oh man." Dang.
She has been failing at her posts. She needs to step up her Instagram game, Crow. That is
Ray's got a Mastodon account.
I should start tagging Ray in my posts.
Oh,
I should start tagging Ray.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I like it.
Jeff,
I like it.
I hate to leave you, but my body feels like it's 12:30, and I'm tired, man.
Mm-hmm.
I am tired. So,
yep.
I think I'm gonna hit the sack. I'm gonna sleep like a baby, and when the alarm clock goes off in the morning, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Sounds like it. I'm gonna go get Biggle Mac, and we're gonna watch Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Crow.
Thanks, Crow. Appreciate all you guys being here. Really do. I know we're silly, and we're not Mr. Beast caliber, following or anything. Like that guy threw Mr. Beast out. He's like the only person I know. But seriously, means a lot. Gives us, as you all know, it's nice to read your comments and be able to talk off of it. So thank you.
Game is over.
The game is over.
They scored a late touchdown, went for 2, but Cincinnati has prevailed.
All about Joe Burrow. See that cut he got on his finger earlier? Still throwing lasers. Yep. What a guy.
Josh Allen with yet another interception.
Josh Allen with yet another loss when he's thrown an interception, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Well, just that he throws an interception. 5 straight games. He's thrown an interception in every game but one this year.
I can't wait to go look at the stats because I haven't really been paying attention to this game. Did Leonard Fournette touch the field? Did they bring him up from the practice squad?
I do not know the answer. Check with Ray.
Did you see his thighs the other day when he checked into a practice?
He checked in.
Holy shit! God damn. Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
Dude's been working out. That's all I can say.
A little bit.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all being here. This has been episode 38 of Coffee Talk with Ryzak and Jeff. And you all are the best viewers ever.
We missed this last week, so it's a belated rest in peace to Matthew Perry. We had a slide. We had everything all set for last week, and I hit the end screen before we went to the last thing. So
rest in peace, Matthew Perry.